Yoon Mi-rae is one of the most legendary rappers in South Korea. However, her past holds a dark truth. Here is the story of Yoon Mi-rae. Yoon was born on May 31, 1981, in Fort Hood, Texas, USA. Her birth name is Natasha Shanta Reed. She is the daughter of a Korean mother and an African-American father. Her parents met when her father, who served in the U.S. Army and was stationed in Korea, she was born in Texas and spent the early part of her life there, and then, as a teenager, she moved to Korea with her family. Besides being a soldier, her father was a DJ too, and Yoon Mi-rae has cited him as an early influence. After she moved to South Korea as a teenager, she often faced discrimination because of her mixed heritage. She was hurt a lot when she was a kid. Her friends made fun of her because she is mixed. She also fought a lot. She would go home and cry as she told her mother about it. Her mother would tell her, "You're beautiful." While these words were nice to hear, there were many times when they weren't much of a help because when she would go to school the next day, the same situation would happen again. Loneliness made things even harder. She was born in Texas, in the US, she lived in Washington and in Germany, and she often went back and forth to Korea. Moving from place to place so often made it hard for her to make friends. Even when she made friends, she would soon leave because she had to move somewhere else. That's why it's still hard for her to make friends, even today. It's a scar from her childhood. Loneliness was the hardest thing for me. Even when I managed to make friends, I had to leave them soon. I was really afraid of them disappearing from my life again. When I started my activities in Korea, I talked a lot with my managers. The managers often changed too, so having music in her life was the most important thing in the world. She said she would have gone into depression if music didn't exist. Yoon was discovered in 1995 when she accompanied a friend to an audition for a new Korean hip-hop group. She did not audition herself, but a World Records representative heard her singing outside of the audition room and signed her to join a new group called Uptown. The group debuted in 1997, when Yoon was 15 years old. The first time she stood in front of the public was when she was 15 and was doing activities for Uptown's first full album. Her profile stated her age as 19. She wore heavy makeup to hide her black skin and age. She couldn't be honest about this or that. Yoon Mi-rae approached the music scene with her strong rap, which was refreshing. A lot of people were amazed by her, but she cried inside. At an age when you're supposed to go to school and enjoy your youth with your friends, she stood in front of the public. She couldn't go to school. Since she didn't have her parents with her, she didn't even have someone to talk to about her heartache. More than loneliness, the thing that cruelly tormented her was fear. Would she have to leave the side of the one she loves, and would they leave her side? That was the anxiety she had. Yoon dropped out of school at age 15 and later took a high school equivalence exam. In 1999, she also formed the hip-hop and R&B duo Tashini with rapper Lee Sue, who used the stage name Annie. They released one album, called Parallel Prophecies. Yoon's name, Natasha, was hard for South Koreans to pronounce, so she used the name Tasha in order to better appeal to the intended audience. Uptown broke up in 2000 after several group members were arrested on drug charges. Yoon's then-boyfriend, rapper Tiger JK, was also arrested and spent a month and a half in jail. Yoon herself went into hiding during that period. How Tiger JK and Yoon Mi-rae met, watch this video. Yoon then debuted as a solo artist in 2001 under the moniker T, which she shortened even more from Tasha. She released her first album, As Time Goes By, that same year. Her second album, Gemini, and her third album, To My Love, were released the following year, in 2002. In 2006, she joined Jungle Entertainment, a label founded by her now husband, Tiger JK. The following year, she released the album T3, Yoon Mi-rae, on which she shared the difficulties she faced as a mixed-race artist in Korea with the song Black Happiness. While promoting her song Black Happiness, Yoon Mi-rae mentioned how it was to grow up as a biracial child. I experienced discrimination from both sides. In the US, I wasn't black enough. In Korea, they called me Yankee. In primary and middle school, there wasn't a day when I wasn't reminded that I was only half Korean. People stared at me. It was really hard. My first label asked me to hide my father's skin color. They told me, "We will say you have African American origins." Sometimes stylists tried to make me look more Korean. Later, when African American music was the trend, they accepted my darker skin color. I was angry and lost at the same time. I put this anger into my songs. The song starts with sad memories and emotions. I washed my face every time during the day. With my tears, I melt the white soap. I always hated my dark skin. Why or why? Does the world judge me? And the songs end with uplifting messages. My sweet little girl, Tasha. I guess I can give you a little skin on life, I guess. Talk about the good times and the bad times. You have to be able to blend both of those in your life. You have to know, and you have to believe with all your heart that things will always get better. It also includes the voice of her father, who encourages her to be strong. To this day, it's one of her most popular songs. The same year, she married Tiger JK in a private ceremony in a Buddhist temple. To this day, they are married. And in 2008, Yoon Mi-rae gave birth to their son, Jordan Seo, in March. For 5 years, she was absent from music. Later on in the interview, she revealed that she had postpartum depression. During those 5 years, she went through a lot of hardships. It was so hard that she even thought about leaving music. Tiger JK talked about a hard time that Yoon Mi-rae went through on a variety show. "We faced a challenge in the past. I learned that postpartum depression can come later, not immediately after giving birth. Men delude themselves into thinking they did a lot, but since we work in the same industry, I think her postpartum depression came when she one day realized that she wasn't fulfilling her dreams. I think our pet helped Yoon Mi-rae a lot to recover." Yoon Mi-rae also shared the good things that also happened during those 5 years. "A lot of good things also happened to me during these 5 years, but I was going through a hard time, and I thought that there must have been a lot of other people who were also going through a hard time, so I made this song. If you think about what's really important to you and what's valuable to you, and you make efforts, wouldn't this help you find peace, even if it's just a little? This is what I think. Let's not forget about the people we care about. It's the meaning of this song." In 2013, Yoon, Tiger JK, and rapper Busy formed the hip-hop trio MFBTY, My Fans Better Than Yours. The group's first single, Sweet Dream, ranked #1 on 3 Korean music charts shortly after its release. In September 2013, Yoon earned the #1 spot on Billboard's Korea K-pop Hot 100 list with her song Touch Love from the South Korean drama Masters Sunday. In December 2014, Yoon released the single Angel, which quickly became #1 on 4 Korean music charts. She is still singing but mostly collaborates with other artists or does soundtracks for dramas. Her past is painful, but she was able to overcome it and just live her best life. In the interview, she said, "I do think things have gotten better since my childhood, but the road is still long. People no longer make fun of me, but there are still kids out there who are hurt by the gaze of people around them. I don't know if my words would actually help. Just always remember that you are beautiful. Ignore the people making fun of you. Keep your head up. It's something quite obvious to say, but I'm sincere. I hope you'll have self-confidence, because that's what can make you overcome whatever anyone can say." Thank you for watching and see you next time.